Hi, my name is Elin. I spend way too much time on the internet. Thank you for having me. It's an honor to speak here at SecT. I hope you will enjoy this conference. So, here's the question. What are the crazy people saying about us online? As the security company I work for, as a threat intel analyst, in order to be able to answer that question, we must reliably be where the crazy people are online. So for my work, we monitor the online conversation to see if and how our people are shit-talking our clients, especially if the conversation is becoming threatening. So our clients are all kinds, public and private companies, municipal and government agencies, as well as nonprofits and individuals. So in order to be where the crazy people are, we primarily utilize two methods. I'll refer to it at many instances as what I'll refer to as simplified virtualization and sock puppets, fake profiles, who live in a giant spreadsheet. The sock drawer, if you will. For anyone trying to zoom in or something, this is not the real spreadsheet sock drawer. That would be revealing too much. Everything I'm going to show you today is like all Windows, usually web interfaces, click-based, no CLI, no Python scripts, no terminals. Girl likes a GUI, but still, I have my reasons. The one thing I want you to take away is when operating sock puppets, don't be weird. Don't wear weird socks on the internet. In fact, you're not allowed to be weird on the internet. You will get your socks banned. Figuring out what gets and doesn't get your socks banned is not dissimilar to content creators trying to game the algorithm to get more views, or hacking, really. You're interacting with a black box, trialing and erroring your way to create, hopefully, replicable results, but, mileage varies. You fail your way forward. Luckily, stakes are quite low. The internet is indeed vast. I'll be focusing on the major mainstream social media platforms, your Facebooks and your Instagrams and your TikToks and your Telegrams and they're, after all, where most of the conversation is happening. They also have an adversarial attitude to new registered accounts, which is fun, because then you can fuck around with them and see what they do in response. Different platforms have different audiences, different target groups, different age ranges, different political persuasions are drawn to different types of sites. So you need to know who your target audience is and where to go, but these are hopefully tools that can help you stay there. This is a pretty short talk, so I'll spare you my many, many mistakes and get straight to lessons learned instead. Have these lessons been learned using a scientific, careful, and systematic approach? No. I fuck around. I click around and I find out. Lesson number 1, IP reputation apparently is everything. So the major social media platforms have decided to be obsessed with origin. You are your IP, and whatever information can be gleaned from it. Weird IP, weird account. Ban hammer engaged. I can't tell you how many bans that can be tracked back to IP reputation and realizing that it wasn't good enough to begin with, or it has deteriorated as I was using an IP. So getting a good IPs is concern number 1 when we go proxy shopping. Best is fancy residential rich country IPs that are known to go into real houses and apartments, your Upper West Side, Beverly Hills type addresses. But much like the physical real estate in such places, they're expensive and difficult to come by, in monetary terms as well as time and effort. Unsullied IPv4 addresses being increasingly rare and all, like all of them. And just because a proxy provider is advertising highest quality, super duper awesome premium virgin IPs, sorry, brave laugh, doesn't mean that's what you actually get. This whole market is a mess. Trusted actors wanted. I guess it's one of those situations where sus people sell you sus things, and you're sus as well, so remediation is limited. Like, you'll have to be your own quality control for this. Are you going to call the cops to say that someone stole your drugs? No, you're on your own, kid. So, second best, mobile proxies, aka the ones that you have on your phone your phone uses to connect to the internet. And we'll get back to those in a sec. The by far most common offer is data center IPs, since they're cheap and plentiful, uncapped, no cap. Only they're about as trusty looking as putting a PO box as your legal address of residence. Everyone's going to think you're a drug dealer or worse, weird on the internet. It also seems that VPN services use them a lot. I haven't had any luck. Like, it always looks like I'm in an industrial zone somewhere. So I've had plenty of suggestions on managing my proxy supplies over the couple of years, along the lines of buy access to VPNs, unlimited data, just spin up web servers and they share their IPs with your. I'm like, no, it's not. It wasn't easy and it wasn't fun and it didn't work. All I got was like industrial zone IPs, and these platforms have been identifying and banning web scrapers, crawlers, robots for decennia. And they can see my robot face trembling underneath this sweaty face. I actually got one of my socks burnt because from one to the next, a proxy provider showed my so-called London IP as one of Krasnoyarsky, Russia. Or rather, it started to fail to appear to be from London. I'm pretty sure it was hosted there all along. I only found out because I locked myself out from Gmail or whatever as they were trying to warn me that someone is trying to access your account from Russia. I'm like, I'm trying to connect to my account from Russia. In modern day Russia, I hack me. These are the main takeaways for your proxy shopping. Stay with mobile proxies I found to be the easiest. Contrary to popular belief, the 4G and 5G connecting devices in the world are not connecting via IPv6. I at least not in this part of the world, I get standard IPv4 addresses, which is good because they're apparently more reliable looking, and I'm hoping to speak to someone about this later. Networks knowers in the crowd, is it the case that despite being around for many years, we still don't trust IPv6? Or has Sweden just not run out of IPv4 yet? Either way, works for me. And there's the neat NAT bonus, carrier-grade network address translation, that has delayed the demise of IPv4. Want an IP address? Sure, but you're not going to have just one for you. You can share one with a bunch of people. So this drastically lowers the cost of going online on mobile, but also helps obfuscate your SOC's footprints, letting them disappear in a crowd. The other bonus is that the social media platforms are very reluctant to apply IP bans on an IP that hundreds and maybe even thousands of people are currently using, removing one of their most powerful countermeasures to you. Lesson number 2, you are your device. Not only your IP, you are your device. Let's say you want to get in on the conspiritualist crowd on Instagram. They'll sell you pretty crystals, nice yoga mats, designer tinfoil bucket hats. What a beauty, right? Damn right, hashtag surveillance. They've got coats too. Okay, so you open your laptop, you hook up to a mobile network, open a browser, register a profile. You confirm your account using your newly minted Gmail, and bam! I mean banned. Screw your account. Who the hell tries to use Instagram using a goddamn browser? On a computer, only weird people use PCs. Stop being weird. Normal people use smartphones in totally normal ways. At least if you ask Mark. There's a momentous shift from computers to smartphones, browsers to apps. And it's been a real pain for industrial scale stalkers like myself. Just because a vast majority of the world's population want to connect using mobile devices doesn't mean I want to. It's hit and miss though. For most services, the laptop is fine. A few others, like Instagram, or a Russian Facebook V-Kontakte, not sanctioned, by the way. We are increasingly needing to resort to a real phone for the actual setting up of the account. But once you warmed it up with some human-like scrolling in normal human speed, it's tolerated in a browser for now. What about Android VMs, emulators? Nope, still weird. Oh. All right. We can still make some progress using a 4G associated IP address, even if we're stuck to our laptops. But managing a dump truck full of smartphones in order to have a large supply of IP address seemed expensive and cumbersome, even though I must say that Korean Pokemon Go King over here is truly an inspiration. Instead, we found as a supplier of a neat setup with 4G modems that share proxies to any other allow-listed devices. So now I just have a very cute USB hub stuffed with modems on my desk. It's so pretty. Look at all the lights. I'll share the company name or the product or whatever. I'm not sure how these things go if you want to meet afterwards. So lesson number 3, doing one thing once is one thing. Doing it 10, 20, 100 times is something else. I'm not the only ones running socks here. I'm the one figuring them out, though, for the whole dang company I work for. And while I genuinely like to work in the environment that I've built, this is the main reason my advice is to all my selected tools are GUI, Windows, or on the web. All of my solutions need to be scalable, easy to use for my dozens of colleagues who are not clinically aligned, rot-brained freaks like myself. Things need to work, even if Lisbeth Salander from Wish is not at the office, you know? So I figured we're gonna have to get our socks organized in the proper sock drawer that's available to anyone. That means no spreadsheets. But these affiliate marketing web browsers, so there's a whole crowd of tech people who just want to do multi-accounting, and I found that these are super simple and actually do what they say. There's a bunch of them. I'm sure you can find one that fits your needs. It's a browser in a browser. I just open the software, and then I have all my different profiles, all my different socks in a neat list. And I imagine it's like a butler presenting me with a selection of dolls and their outfits, like, who would you like to play to die? And then I say, I'll try my right-wing extremist Ken doll. Thank you, Codsworth. Very good, Mom. So into my Punisher hoodie I go, and I open a browser profile from one of these programs using a specific selected CNATed 4G proxy in the right time zone with the right language packs, and gloriously has all the web browser history, sessions, cookies, session cookies, searches, drafts, and all the creepy trackers I left from the last time I logged on in this alpha male persona. I love these browsers. I should get an affiliate link or something. So they're usually marketed to marketers, people who want to see the web as many different people to get an impression of their impressions. We found that they worked equally well for us pseudonymous freaks. Note that I didn't say anonymous. Turns out, trying to stay anonymous, unidentified on the web is difficult. Maybe even literally impossible, depending on your definition. You stand out like a sore thumb. Like, who are you? I'm the void. It's like wearing a balaclava in a shopping mall or being the stick. Like, yeah, you're anonymous, but you clearly stand out, and someone's gonna tackle you to the ground before you can do anything. See, turns out being nobody is way weirder than being just anybody. So how to become anybody? Start with average as heck, mid, basic, mediocrities. Security through generic itty, or whatever. How much time do I have? Did I start on time? Yes, I think I'm okay on time. You know, my full name is Elin Andersson, which is, for all y'all non-Swedes, that's like being named John Smith. Maria Garcia. I was pissed at my parents that they named me something so basic, but ever since I'm involved with security, I'm like, fuck it. Yes, this is fantastic. I am ungoogleable. Like, even if you know my name and something about me, there's like 1,000 others, and you're never gonna know which one is me. I have a whole crowd of Elins to just blend into. So, let's get back on topic. Let's say I want to go somewhere where they have this kind of party going. I want to have a sock to join the local Facebook-based militia fighting the woke mind virus. I generate a generic name. I register an average email. I give myself a middle-aged identity in a medium-sized town with mid-century architecture. My sock will soon be a real boy. Ooh, right. Human face. A lot of the time, it's good enough to just upload a photo of a plant or whatever, but sometimes this next level enemy appears. So what? Just use an AI-generated photo, like this person does not exist. Even if they don't wear Schrodinger's glasses or have microphone tumors, the platforms still know what they are. Their eyes are always in the same location, same size of the image file, etc. So crop it up, noisy up the file. That's manual fidgeting, and we want to automate me, right? So even if there is a chance that it would work, it might burn the sock, it would be all for nothing. So use another one of these fancy AI tools to generate a face. Yeah, unless it fails, and I get freaking this. Like, no way. No, I'd rather just start over with a new socks. I have rejected our new AI overlords and gone back to basics. Real human faces for real human sock puppets. Glory be to the Creative Commons. There are a ton of photos of real people under this license, so I just made it easy on all of us and started sourcing from there. Reverse image search, yeah, maybe. But it's not unallowed to use a photo that your photographer friend then also uploaded to a database somewhere. At least we've upgraded our profile picture from obviously fake to plausible. Also, as an aside, Meta has updated their we will not use this photo for anything except verifying you thing that I had earlier, and to train our AI detection tool. So then I would be contributing to that. And, you know, human faces are human, and probably going to work the best. So, recap. The slide you want to photograph, if that's your thing. So these are the two main guiding principles of my little surveillance apparatus. Socks with good IPs in their own virtual little world that fits in a browser. Some observations from being way too online. Your use case differs if you want to be talking or listening on social media. We virtually never post. You would think that that would make them allow us there, but no, even just lurking apparently is suspicious behavior. So our little operation is competing against millions of spammers and scammers, many of whom rely on socks for their livelihood. And the advent of AGI has only exacerbated this problem. Like, it used to be posting endless stolen content. Now it's first stolen by OpenAI, regurgitated, and then posted by the spammers. It's like plastic pollution or something. All of a sudden, it's everywhere, and we're all worse off from it. It's cheap, used once, consumes actually a ton of resources, but prove almost no use, and then carelessly discarded in our shared spaces. I hate AI. But you know, all hail Shrimp Jesus, I guess. Once you've learned a thing or two about sock making, you see them all over the place. It's like the internet is populated by these ghosts that make the numbers go up, but online life seems like some Black Mirror episode. I'm wondering if what the user count reports of these Silicon Valley companies would look like if they were actually purged. It would make my job difficult, but maybe the world a better place. Hopefully Silicon Valley would collapse. Do I still have time? A little bit. Let's talk about Twitter. I used to freaking love Twitter. It's where I spent my days. I've been there for 15 years, which is like half my life. They had an excellent free API that anyone could use, including us, which provided a ton of useful anthropological and political scientific data, also for researchers, universities, like all the people who are trying to understand what is going on the internet. It was a public square where the verified tag meant something. Now it's literally for sale. It meant something even in the real world, meaning you can rely on the source as an official source. The shared space was actually open for wide participation. And you can simultaneously have your own corner with your specific group of friends. Like, I talked to you people on there. And somehow the InfoSec people and the Beliebers actually had to meet, you know? It would be the one and only handle you would share at the back of, like at the end of your presentation. You just put your Twitter handle up. Seeing the Russian invasion in 2022 happening in real time across different Twitter feeds was awesome. But now it's a stinking Nazi porn bar. So that's sad. Well, my friends, this is my last slide. It's not my last slide, it's my second to last slide. The internet may be vast, but take this extremely brief checklist with you when you go online to be who you're not, to be someone you're not. Use a burner phone, not in the original sense. The phone number kind of doesn't matter. It's the I paid for a thing that I'm holding in my real human hand thing that you want. That's what they're looking for. At least use its internet connection. And second, be pseudonymous. Don't try to be anonymous. Be a basic bitch. Be anybody. Support Bellingcat and other OSINT freaks. Leave Twitter. Thank you, SecT.